I also had a really severe headache that was building up for 2 weeks. Pain meds weren't touching it. And usually, I have chronic headaches. So when my headaches are persistent like that and no pain meds are helping, that's when I usually know that that's signaling a problem that's outside of just my normal chronic headaches, that something else is wrong. So that's also another indicator of, okay, for me, that's another indicator for me that, okay, something isn't right. So yeah, my headache was building up for 2 weeks, along with like just pressure in my head and lightheadedness. And it was getting so bad. And it was reminding me of my, just building up to my TIA last year all over again. So that, along with the throbbing in my neck during workouts, towards the back of my neck this time, to me, that was all signaling new blood clots possibly. Um, and then, well, throw in the leg pain from the knees all the way up to my hips, and so yeah, things were building up for weeks before I got that COVID diagnosis. So, and I had a feeling something was coming. So yeah, when it was time to leave the hospital, early that morning, it was like 3 a.m., 2:30, 3 a.m. And the ER doctor was like, you can hang out overnight, you can stay or you can go home, and I can send you home with these prescriptions. And none of them were antivirals. They didn't even offer me them, and I didn't know much about them anyways. But and especially until I got home from the hospital, I didn't know that they were actually giving antivirals for COVID. Would I have taken it? Not sure. But anyways, so yeah, I was like, I'll just go home. And I told my husband, so he can come and pick me up. And as I was getting dressed and stuff, and he told me he was there, I was struggling to get dressed, and I was very disoriented and dizzy, which were also side effects from the meds. And like, I was stumbling and literally had trouble walking out of the hospital. So when I told you guys in that post about what was going on, that I went in January 31st and came out February 1st with that diagnosis, when I walked and stumbled out of the hospital that morning, I wasn't lying. I I wasn't exaggerating. I was literally stumbling leaving the hospital because I could barely walk straight, and I was so disoriented. So when I came home from the hospital, I ended up sleeping in the kids' room, and the kids slept in my spot with their dad. So I was sleeping in another room for 3 nights until my husband tested positive on that Friday. And I was kind of actually enjoying sleeping in their room because it was like a little mommy break. It's actually kind of nice. But so after my husband tested positive, and I was also sleeping without a mask. So I was able to sleep without a mask because I was in a room by myself, wasn't around anybody. I had the windows cracked for ventilation. So it was nice. I was able to sleep without a mask. So then when my husband tested positive on that Friday, I'm like, well, shit. Now there ain't no point in me sleeping in another room. And I'm like, damn. So I moved back into the bedroom that Friday, and my daughter went back into her room and was sleeping in there. And so my husband and I still had our son in the bed. So we slept with masks. because he still sleeps with us. You know, occasionally he'll sleep in his own bed, but not very much. So we wore masks at night, you know, windows cracked, and it was fine. So, you know, those were part of our efforts, keeping our germs to ourselves and not passing it to our kids. So yeah, but I did enjoy sleeping by myself for those 3 nights. Yeah. So, and I just wanted to thank you guys for the support and the love and support and stuff. My support system off the internet, it's good. Small, but it's good. So, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for being my online internet support system. I appreciate it tons. Thank you.